The number one question I get asked is, what the heck do I eat? So I'm gonna show you what I'm meal prepping this week. You didn't see anything. What I'm meal prepping this week, I'm gonna be honest, it's something that I've probably made 1,000 times in the past, and I probably already have a video on this exact combination. But y'all ask, so I'm delivering. I do have one thing that has changed in my kind of go-to prep diet, and that is mango sticky rice. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. I can't stop making it, and I can't stop like playing with the recipe. So I'm gonna show you how I've been doing that lately as well. It's delicious. First thing is we're getting out the rice cooker. Cool. We're also gonna preheat the oven to make some chicken, and we've got to boil the kettle for some potatoes. Can we also pay attention to my adorable pink fridge, my adorable pink kettle? Beautiful. So cute. My pink Ninja Creamy, like, so cute. First thing we're gonna do is cut up an entire bag of Spud Light. Obviously these are the lower carb potatoes. Potatoes are the best dieting food ever because they are super satiating, they make you feel full, and then you get a lot of bang for your buck, especially with the lower carb version. So I'm literally just chopping these up. 1.5 kilos of pataties and putting them all in a big pot. And then we're going to boil them. Easy as that. Next is a pumpkin. This is a Kent pumpkin. Pumpkin is also an amazing diet food because it's very low in calorie for the volume that it provides in a meal. This one here, I am going to weigh out so that I know how much I cut up. So I have my little scale and bowl set up here on 0. So as I cut this up, I'm just going to weigh it as I go. And while I do this, the potatoes are already boiling, so that by the time I kind of finish this part, I will be able to add it in to the potatoes because they've already started to cook. Super. These are just gonna be set aside for a second until the potatoes are like mostly cooked, and then I'm gonna add the zucchini and pumpkin to that hot water. You have to have a big pot so that way everything fits in. But I find it's just so much easier if it's all just in the one thing, because then you can drain it all at the end. But potatoes take a little bit longer, so we're gonna give them a head start. I'm going to make a pan for some chicken, chopped. Doing a very like loose dice of some chicken breast. I've got 1.6 kilos, and that will do me for like 12 meals, I'm pretty sure. Wait, I need gloves. I think I've mentioned this before. Every time I touch raw chicken, my hands like burn. Like, I don't know if it's an allergy or my skin just doesn't like it, but I don't know, something about raw chicken. Oh my god, do you ever put gloves on with wet hands? Impossible. Gonna do a very rough chop for it there. And then I put it all in a big pan, and then I put, yuck. And then I put chicken stock on top of it. Salt reduced chicken stock, but it doesn't really matter honestly because the calories are so negligible. They're so nothing, and I pretty much use the same thing every single time. So I don't think it makes any difference really in terms of my caloric intake, whether I have stock or not, because I do it every time. Okay, sticky rice time. I've got my rice cooker. I'm going to weigh out jasmine rice. That is my favorite. You could use, what's it called? You can use whatever type of rice you like. I like jasmine, so that's what I'm gonna use. I don't remember how much. 300 was it? Maybe? I think it was 300. Nope, I checked. 500 grams of rice. And while my calories are still kind of high, I'm gonna do coconut milk and coconut cream light coconut milk and light coconut cream. Eventually, I probably will have to get rid of the cream, but for now, it's delicious and I have the calories for it, so we can still include it, which is great. Pop that straight into the rice cooker as well. And then you're just going to add a little bit more water if you need it. I do, because I got a lot of rice, just so that way it doesn't cook dry. You need to still have like enough liquid that you would normally, you know, if you do the finger test. Do you even understand what I'm saying? I don't know. Enough water to cook said rice. Amazing. And then this just goes in the rice cooker. Potatoes have been boiling for a little while. Now I'm going to add all my pumpkin. And zucchini is a vegetable that I do not weigh out. I don't put it in my plan. It's just like greens to me. If you want to be that anal about your macros, you're welcome to, you know, weigh out zucchini. But it's basically just water, and it's basically just here for volume and a little bit more satiation and a little bit of health. But if you're weighing out zucchini, it's not a life I want to live. And this is going to go into the same pot as all the other vegetables. While rice is cooking, chicken's in the oven, potatoes are cooking, I'm going to make my high protein, I guess, cheesecakey custard sort of situation that I've been eating with said sticky rice. And it's literally just 3 ingredients: high protein, cottage cheese. We're doing YoPro. This is a new experiment for me, so I'm actually trying this for the first time as well. But blend up your cottage cheese, we're gonna add some YoPro, and then we're gonna add some protein. So simple. This is when the recipe is just kind of being made up at the moment. I'm gonna do gelatin. I'm gonna do 2 teaspoons this time. Usually I do less, but I want it to be thick, and I'm not sure what the yogurt's gonna do. So a little bit of gelatin, a little bit of hot water. We're going to first put that together. If you've ever done special effects makeup, you know the smell. I guess gelatin's a cooking thing more than it's a special effects thing. Ugh. One time I had to cover someone's entire face in gelatin to do like a Freddy Krueger kind of burn. It smelled so bad. I felt so bad for the dude. All right, so we're gonna melt all of that, and then we're going to do a whole thing of cottage cheese into the blender. And then we're just gonna blend this up until it's nice and smooth. I think if you guys have seen me use my NutriBullet before, you know what I'm about to do. I still refuse. I just refuse to buy new cups. So I'm just gonna do the chopsticks. Now we're gonna do 100 grams of protein. I have Oxyway mini puffed marshmallows. I basically like all the other Oxyways. This one ain't it for me personally. Like, it's nice, it's not my thing. So I would probably just recommend like vanilla ice cream, for example. Delicious. Even like, I don't know, chocolate and stuff would be sick. But we're just gonna do, I'm using this up as much as I can. So I'm gonna do 100 grams of protein. Maybe like 250. Close enough. And I'm just gonna blend that all up one more time. I don't know what that was. This little recipe is going to be 6 servings for me. So I'm going to split it evenly amongst six containers. I'm gonna split it up into 3 containers, but then I'll eat half at a time. So it's gonna be 6 eventually. And because I'm the only one who's eating it, it doesn't really matter if your portion sizes are actually identical or not. You can kind of just like wing it a little bit. That protein must be growing on me, honestly, because this tastes pretty fucking good, actually. That's for my subscribers. You know how I know I'm a grown-up now? I actually, sometimes, mostly, I'm trying to clean up as I go instead of leaving it for like days. Who am I? I don't even know. And the timer just went off for the chicken, yay! I'm going to quickly put frozen mango into the microwave just so it breaks up a little bit so that I can sprinkle it on top of my cheesecakey things. This is 750 grams. Doesn't need to be completely defrosted. It doesn't actually matter. It is just so that I can sprinkle some mango on each of them in equal-ish amounts. Tell me why mango is like the best fruit of all time. You guys might recall my favorite prep food type or whatever. I love eating mush, basically. You could totally leave the chicken kind of as is, like, you know, in big old chunks, but like, I don't want to eat a chunk of chicken. So I'm going to let this cool slightly more, and then I'm going to shred it up so that way it just very evenly combines with all the vegetables and I just get to eat mush, essentially. You could shred it with a fork, you could shred it in a food processor, you can shred it with a stick blender, or you can throw it into a stand mixer, like a cake mixer, and shred it that way. Today feels like a stick blender kind of day because it's very juicy and I want that juice to be reabsorbed back into the chicken. My sister thinks this is absolutely disgusting. This is my chicken mush. And I have one more ingredient to add, which is going to be some kind of sauce. You already know I love carbonara. I love a jar sauce. You cannot stop me. Because I'm lazy and I want to make my meal prep as easy as possible so that I do it, because otherwise I won't. So I'm going to add, we're doing creamy sun-dried tomato today, delicious, and I am going to do 2 because I want this to be kind of soupy, stewy kind of vibe. Because it's so freaking cold right now and I want to have something like really warm and comforting to eat, and like kind of like a stew vibe sounds delicious to me right now. So I'm going to do 2 of those sauces. Kind of looks like my vegetables are all cooked now, so I'm going to drain them. This is just like a giant thing of like soup. Goodbye. And then we're just gonna add them to this as well. In hindsight, probably should have done the zucchini before the pumpkin because the pumpkin has disintegrated. My soupy sauce. Owie, I burned myself. All of this is now going to go into 12 different servings so that I have food for 6 days. And again, I'm the only person who's going to be eating this, so it really doesn't matter if each serving is exactly the same as the others. I'm not going to worry about weighing it out or anything like that. I just basically do a scoop in every one and then top up the rest with maybe like half a scoop until they run out. That actually smells so good. This is just so protein and vegetable packed. There's no way to get hungry with this volume of food. I say that, and yet I've still been waking up every night with hunger pains. Already, we're only in the first like 2 weeks of prep, and I'm like, damn, these hunger pains they're real this time. They are real. I do think I'm gonna get used to it. I will get used to it. I think it was just the initial change from going from like 2,000 calories to 1,700. I'm definitely feeling the difference. I'm definitely feeling the hunger. Oh my God, there's so much. Wow. Wow, I could do like 14 meals. Jesus. Cool. I'm just gonna pack them even fuller. This is like the toxic dieting in me going like, ooh, I could make my food even less calories by like doing more meals. Like 200 calories, ooh, and then I have more room for snacks. No, we need hearty meals. Perfect timing. Lastly, we're just going to do 6 servings, or split up 6 portions of rice, because that's done cooking too. And this is coconut rice, so it smells so good. Oh, and the reason I like to keep this specifically separate from the cheesecake and the mango and everything like that is so that I can heat up the rice part and then eat it with the cold, like cheesecakey sauce and mango, and it's just the best. It's just like warm, comforting, and then like freezing cold, and like amazing. So I'm gonna just like split this up into like 2 portions, just because I will have 3 in each. And this, my friends, is what I'm going to be eating for the next week, 6 days. I've got 6 portions of rice, coconut rice. I have 6 portions of mango cheesecake that are gonna be eaten together. This is lunch and dinner. Delicious baby food, essentially. It's just like a hearty kind of rich, warm stew sort of a situation with sun-dried tomatoes, potatoes, pumpkin, zucchini, chicken. Very comforting. And this is going to keep me in my calorie deficit for the next week. And prep really is just as simple as that. I just don't need anything else, basically. Thank you so much. If you did stay to the end of the video, congratulations, well done. I know it's hard listening to my voice for this long. But if you do have any questions, just DM me on Instagram or leave them down below and I will try and get back to you. And other than that, I hope you all have a really great day and I'll see you next time. Bye!